Now let's take a look at some notable player props for the men's Sweet 16. The highest point prop of anyone in this round of the tournament belongs to Zach Edey at over under 25.5. Tristan Newton's assist prop is at 5.5. This is a market our own Nick Giffen was all over in the first two rounds when Newton racked up 18 dimes. RJ Davis's three-pointers made is at over under 2.5. He's gone over this in 4 straight games. And Mohamed Diarra's rebounding prop is at 10.5. Action Pro projects him to grab about 12. With that, we welcome in our analytics team of Sean Koerner and Nick Giffen so they can give us their favorite player props. Guys, great to see you. Sean, we're going to start with you, and mainly because you slacked me that this is a quote-unquote exciting one. So let's hear what your favorite prop is for the Sweet 16.
Yeah, this is an exciting one. You know, you just went over the notable player props. I guess this is one of the least notable player props. It's Jack Clark of Clemson to go under 7.5 points here at -120. Yes, this seems low for a player who starts and will play about 30 to 35 minutes. But this is a number he clears too often. In fact, he stayed under this in 8 of his last 12 starts, so 67% of the time. Over that 12-game stretch, Clemson averaged around 3 more points than their implied team total for this game. So it seems like it's going to be even less likely that Clark's going to clear this number. Plus, this is a tougher matchup for Clark specifically against Arizona. You know, they rank top 10 in the country in defensive efficiency. It's a really good defensive team. But they also they don't send their opponents to the free throw line too often. In fact, at the 26th lowest rate in Division I. And that's really how Clark can usually clear this number. If he gets to the line a couple times, he's an 80% free throw shooter. That's how he can clear this, but that seems less likely here against Arizona. So he's probably going to have to make a couple threes, which he's not a great three-point shooter. He's never averaged over 30% from downtown in any of his 4 years in his career. So it's a tough path for him to get there. We're projecting him closer to 6 points here with about a 61% chance to stay under 7.5 points.
An under bet. I mean, it doesn't get more exciting than that. And I believe we have not one, but 2 unders because Nick also likes an under prop.
Yeah, well, so Sean said his is exciting, and I have one more point to add. Jack Clark has gone above his season-long efficiency in 4 of the last 5 games, so there should be some regression there as well. So I really like Sean's.
When we're all on the same page.
Yeah, yes. Exactly. But let's be real. All our player props are exciting because we've been doing so well. But I have an exciting one. It is an under half of a 3-point made. So in other words, 0 3 points made for Jaden Ledee in the San Diego State UConn game here. You can get that at -110. And look, Jaden Ledee, he's only made 17 3-pointers in 33 games all year. And that comes on just 39 3-point attempts all year. So he's made a little over half of a 3-pointer per game on average, on like 1.2 3-point attempts per game, a little under 1.2 attempts per game. And we should expect an even lower number than his averages here for several reasons. First of all, San Diego State's implied team total, 62.5 points, is more than 10 full points below San Diego State's average of 74.7 points in the 33 games that Jaden Ledee has played in. Also, of course, the matchup against UConn is super difficult. UConn, they force teams to shoot inside. In other words, they have the 46th lowest 3-point attempt rate to field goal attempt rate against. So they're forcing teams to shoot from inside instead of outside. And when teams do attempt 3-pointers, they have the 40th lowest 3-point percentage made rate against them. So just a brutal matchup here for Jaden Ledee, which is why, he's making half a game. We should definitely adjust that downward for the matchup, for the lower team total. Plus, I mentioned the Jack Clark potential regression. Well, Jaden Ledee should have some regression incoming as well. He's made 43.6% of his 3-pointers this year, but that's on, like I said, that small sample size of 39 attempts. And we should really expect that to regress. A guy like him should be making more like 33 to 35%, and his career average is only 30%. So regressing that down, I would get that even lower. So even without regressing it, I'm projecting, or Sean and I should say, we're projecting a little under 0.4 3-pointers made per game with a 67% chance of staying under. So that's like minus 200 to have no 3-pointers is what we're projecting as around fair. But if we add in that regression, it's more like 0.34 3-pointers expected made on average, with closer to a little over 70% chance of being held without a 3-pointer.
Rooting for a little regression in the Sweet 16. And might I add, I think there's decent value on both of these props that you guys have presented. But what makes them most exciting is you two, Sean Koerner, Nick Giffen. Look, I hope you're following them in the Action app because they have been on fire, and we hope it continues throughout the tournament. Guys, thanks for joining us.
Of course.
If you've ever wanted to try the best version of the Action app, the time is now, because we're running a special offer on Action Pro to celebrate the NCAA tournament. You can try Pro Access for just $9.99 for the first month. With Action Pro, you get our biggest betting model edges, real-time money percentages, data-driven systems, NCAA tournament player prop projections from the predictive analytics team of Sean Koerner and Nick Giffen, and much more. Just visit actionnetwork.com/madness to take advantage before this deal expires. That's actionnetwork.com/madness. The road to the final score tournament check-in is presented by North Carolina's newest sportsbook, Bet365. Bet365 doesn't do ordinary. That's why you get more boosts with them than with anyone else. Every day, they power up the odds on hundreds of bets to give you a chance to win more. Bet365 boosts specific markets, your winnings, and even parlays, and they don't stop there. Keep an eye out for their biggest and best odds with the incredible Super Boost. Check out the boosts and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only, or 18 plus in Kentucky and present in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Louisiana, New Jersey, North Carolina, Ohio, or Virginia. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in Colorado, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, New Jersey, North Carolina, Ohio, and Virginia, or 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa. Terms and conditions and restrictions apply.